Welcome to Q Positive. Most of us have heard of cases where people get arrested for reckless driving every day. But do you know that an instance of reckless driving was immortalized in the form of an avatar? Really? If you've seen Microsoft Outlook in 2010, it had a really cool fallback picture. Now, fallback pictures are those where, when you don't put a profile picture on your website, then you find that there is a picture that's there. That's called a fallback picture or fallback avatar. Now, most fallback avatars are just randomly generated by companies, but Microsoft decided to put a special fallback picture for this one. The fallback picture is a little, really curly person. Now, that curly person is actually Bill Gates. Really? Yeah, Bill Gates, and that's a photo of Bill Gates, but that wasn't just any photo, that was a mugshot. Mugshot. Bill Gates was arrested for reckless driving on December the 13th, 1977 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And so the photo that was taken then is now used as Microsoft Outlook 2010's profile photo. Interesting, isn't it? You won't see it the first time, but on comparing the two pictures together, you'll understand that those are exactly the same. That's a really cool fallback avatar. But how are avatars actually made? How did they come into our culture and the internet? Let's find out. Avatars in earlier times used to refer to a placeholder pic that was present near the player's name in a game. So those were the actual early avatars. So they used to be a representation of the player or what the player wanted to be. The earliest use of the term avatar for the same was actually in a game in 1979, which was actually named as Avatar, while the first avatars came back 5 years ago in 1974. The game Maze War had one of the first avatars. So avatars have continued since then, but they weren't really popular back then. It was actually in 1985 that avatars actually became popular in the way they are today. But who or what made avatars extremely popular? In 1985, Richard Garriott designed Ultima 4, Quest of the Avatar. This game was present on the Apple II, and it was a role-playing game. Garriott used the term avatar for the player's character because he wanted the player's character to have the same values as that of the player. The reason that Garriott gave for those is that he wanted the player to be morally responsible for the character's actions and ethics. So the term avatar was given to a placeholder pic that eventually became profile pics. And so today we have profile pics and avatars everywhere in any kind of website. But do you know that avatar holds a very different connotation? That's right, avatar had a different connotation. Now, this kind of originated in 2009, and it's all about ecology and humans mining resources, etc. Now, I am talking about the 2009 blockbuster directed by James Cameron. Now, it had the theme of humans trying to mine resources after they lost theirs and trying to invade a moon on Alpha Centauri, which was inhabited with alien life, in order to get more resources. So that is the underlying theme of the story. But the reason why we chose Avatar, the 2009 film, is that it's a very technologically advanced film. Cameron had made a lot of technological advancements when filming for Avatar. Avatar also had a lot of hype because of one specific reason. James Cameron actually delayed the project so that it was released in 2009. The reason why he delayed the project? He wanted to ensure that the technology that he was using needs to be at its peak, or at least at the level where he can use it effectively to tell his story. But do you know how long did James Cameron delay Avatar? He delayed it for 10 years. That's right. Avatar was originally slated to be filmed in 1995, but due to the same reason that he wanted to develop the technology further and further, he decided to delay it till 2005. That's 10 years. But you might think, what kind of technological breakthroughs are we talking about? I mean, the Avatar was a 3D film and there were many other 3D films, but what kind of new innovative technology did James Cameron use in Avatar? Did you know that in filming Avatar, James Cameron created one of the most advanced camera systems ever? It's called the 3D fusion system, and what it basically does, it uses state-of-the-art cameras such as Simulcam in order to record live action and CGI in real time. So that means James Cameron, sitting behind a screen, he can view his CGI shots just as they were recording. And therefore, he can actually, cut the film, he could view the film, and he could redirect the film at the same time that it was being recorded. Most of the earlier movies, they never had it because they had to record it and then they had to turn it into CGI and then they had to show it to the director who had to cut it. So, long time. So, it was a major breakthrough for a mega blockbuster. And that's the reason why Avatar is being heralded for more than its box office record. Avatar paved the way for many of the current movies today to use CGI. That includes Avengers Endgame, of course, the movie that broke Avatar's box office record for highest grossing film worldwide. But what exactly is computer generated interface or CGI? CGI is generated when you apply computer graphics into various forms of art, such as movies, TV shows, TV news, etc. But what is computer graphics? Computer graphics is a subfield of computer science where we deal with the math and the computational aspects of how to create or alter a visual. So in this case, what we can do is we can ask someone to do an action, so like a floss here, and then they can record it using cameras and sensors, and then they can, code it with skin and surfaces, and then what they can do is they can, create transport. They create light transport and they transport it onto the screen. So now you can view something that actually isn't there. So that is what makes computer graphics and CGI very popular and very important. CGI being important? Really? Well, yes, CGI is very important. It is the reason why we have a host of new technologies today. The rise of, coding and altering and making your own visuals has given way to a new kind of technology, virtual reality. What the heck is virtual reality? Well, virtual reality is an emerging technology by which people can experience new environments which are created by a computer. And so these environments can either be real or they can be complete fantasies. But how on earth are you going to experience one of those realities other than our own? Well, virtual reality can be experienced either by placing large, multiple screens in a specially designed space, such as a driving simulator, or you can experience virtual reality with a simple headset that covers the eyes and the ears and has controllers for the hands. Why is virtual reality so very important? Besides, creating interactive games from, say, Oculus, Sony, or Microsoft, there are a whole range of reasons why virtual reality is important. One of the primary reasons of using VR is in training. For every aspect, whether it be the military, engineering, medical research, or other kinds of training such as for pilots, etc., we use virtual reality. It's being used extensively for training. And since VR is interactive, we can use it for therapies such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, syndromes, etc. And during this pandemic, people have been trying to increasingly use VR for education. One of the most crazy things that people have been doing today is to try to create a virtual meeting. Microsoft have been trying to use its HoloLens in order to enable your closest trading partner to stand right beside you without actually being there. They've tried to create a virtual reality headset by which people can talk to each other face to face, but they can be miles away using virtual reality. One of the really important questions about VR is this: how much does it cost? Despite being around since the 1990s, VR is still very expensive. Even the consumer brands that offer VR today, such as Oculus, Sony, Razer, Microsoft, all of these brands and all of their products are very expensive. So, what are the ways in which companies are trying to improve the cost of VR, improve the cost effectiveness of VR? There's been this method by which companies try to use a mobile with the VR data in front of a headset, and they connect the headset and the mobile, and then you can view the VR experiences at a cost-effective manner. Samsung has been trying to do this with their Gear VR series, and it's kind of successful. But the real trendsetter in VR is Google. How is Google a trendsetter in VR? In 2015, Google released the Google Cardboard, which, as the name suggests, is a VR headset made entirely of cardboard. So you can put your phone in front of the cardboard headset and you can view all the VR experiences present in the cardboard app. This is very cost effective and it has made virtual reality accessible during this tough time. So, that ends this episode of Aadils Positive Vibes. A quick fact: all the technologies that we've mentioned here are interconnected. You see, avatars gave rise to CGI, and then CGI gave rise to VR. And so it is this cycle of innovation that helps make life more fun to live in. For more of useful information, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Q Positive. Until the next episode, stay positive, and of course, Q Positive.